Hey y'all, it's Nathan Hauke, reading for Virtual City Art, and just want to say thank you so much to Joel Long and City Art for having me. It's an honor to be a part of this important and long-standing Salt Lake series and to have been able to participate on and off for so long. I didn't get a chance to read from my second book, Every Living One, when it came out. At least not much, which is kind of a long story, but it's a book that I love, and I'm so happy that it happened, and I'm so grateful to Jen Tynes and Horseless Press for bringing it into the world. I had a dream about the last poem in this book a few weeks ago, and I woke up and read it, and I hadn't read it in probably years, and I was so glad for the company to be reminded of another time that we felt scared and had to learn to lean on each other to get through in the midst of trying to work from home right now, parenting and homeschooling, amidst everything else that's going on, and just often feeling like it's too much. So this is Ever Living One, stray music for Kirsten. 1. Blossom in a wreck of nervous energy. One translation. No job and no money. How we'll get through the summer. How we'll take Frankie to the vet if his leg doesn't get better. Shadows of leaves overhead settle on the door. Through the screen like a trapped animal, exhausted. Light spilling through busted latticework, a set of antlers hanging from the roof. You're gone for the weekend, but I wish you were here, talking like every morning. 2. Music startled from grass. Our crooked telephone pole trembling in a crowd of drunk robins. Our little house swimming across the windows of the house out front. All this syrupy chatter, elongated slats from the neighbor's fence stretching through ours. Cracked white paint flakes, what's in mine depends on what happens. Loose feathers and shreds of leaves by the steps. Scratchy talk radio, healthcare reform, expected terrorists expected to be out of the country. Suffering something like green clover takes over the yard. Happily worn down to dirt where Frankie is sleeping, a few ants and ashes near the rug. 3. Like a plastic flower pinwheel blasted in the sun after a long absence. Mockingbird, you are a rusty porch rail, abrasive throttle of a monster truck juddering down the block while I lumber in the doorway. Saturday afternoon, weeds across the steps, you move where the light goes. 4. Window in the floorboards, thirsty as yellow snapdragons, flat sheen of black choke cherries vent wind, pixelated red body of the truck parked behind. I remember thinking each verse of the hymn was like a room in a house. Book I set down, another angle along the grain of the table. The truck's mirror sparks through a river of leaves. Frankie's taped up paw in the sun, smell of spring air, a mirror to know we are apart. All this distance composing a field holds. And then I want to read a few things from my new book, Indian Summer Recycling. Thanks again to Jen Tynes and to the magnificent field she curates. Trying to push down anger that shakes foam in an eddy. How angry depends on the extent to which we live hand to mouth. It's exhausting to dream your animal face sweating behind the death mask while bees crawl out around your collar, to be unrecognizable to yourself, friends, Voices from a boat radio, mostly static, bouncing through early AM swell of waves. Moldered electrical wires below the helm. America, a vision where paint chips up off the idea. A piece of string in the leaves. Green leak of treatment out of softening boards. Buoy made from an empty bottle of detergent. Rough strip of moonlight pasted over the end of the dock. Surface tension of the face in the mirror as you close the medicine cabinet. Turn towards the ones you love before Asphoros turns your eyes into ash. Dog Creek for Kirk Keene. Like a sad dog's face in the window, you want to kiss it. You get lonely when other people are sick. Spent firework in the grass must have been some pretty thing. Micronutrients from decomposers smolder like paths between trees. Concentrate on the electrostatic force holding the one you're on together. Hatchling insects obscure the clarity of the riverbed. Can't help the medium. Someone boarded over a window, then busted it up. Tell you what, can't help someone, I might say, who lives in that big condo you could seated rows get, means the rich, one of those husband this garden too up at Dog Creek. Thinking a barn wall crawling with honeybees. There's no reason. Spectral glare. Sun as a green bottle shatters the light. Snow glitters, sandpapers the eyes. Look. Beads of melt seeping through the bottom of a blue trampoline. A porous edge collects honey. Thank you so much for having me. I hope you're all well. Hunker down in the nest, staying safe. Keep care for now.